Chat. Yes, sir. Know what time it is. Okay, my audio sounds good. Okay, chat. We're looking good right now, man. We are looking good. I want to change my chat here though to the to the Twitter one, so I can have both. Cause I have on my other screen I have the Twitch chat, but I don't know how I'm gonna get the other one. Let me see. What if I click this one? What does that noise mean? I don't know what that means, chat. Whatever. Alright, man. We're gonna give everybody a couple minutes to come on in here. You guys know I like to start a little bit early. Obviously you guys can see that we're back. We are back. It's been I think it's been less than a month since our last episode. I think it's been about 3 weeks or so, something like that. So you guys should be in for quite a good episode today. We got a lot to talk about. I think today's episode is mainly gonna be hoops related though. A lot of basketball obviously coming our way with man, I don't like this way this sweater looks. I mean, it looks like I got a V-neck on or something, bro. Anyways, yeah, so it's going to be a lot of hoops today on this episode. We have, obviously, the play-in tournament starting this week. We are filming this on the 16th, so we've already seen, I think, 3 or 4 play-in games already. So we more or less know who's probably going to make it on that last couple spots for the playoffs. I know that there is a game again tomorrow, I believe, but we'll get into that once we hit the NBA stuff. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a lot of hoops. We got a lot of, obviously, the last time we were on here, FIU didn't have a head coach, so we're gonna talk about some of the FIU changes that have been made. A lot of transfer action going on in the hoops world right now, so we're gonna touch tabs on FIU, obviously, because that's our school that we cover, and we will also touch on UM hoops, who have also been making quite some noise. So we'll see how that all goes. But yeah, last time we were on here, we were still in March Madness. We were still trying to figure out who was the national champion going to be, and it ended up being, dude, I don't know why it just slipped my mind right now. I literally was just looking at the score for that. It was UConn and somebody else, bro. Michigan. Yeah, there we go. I didn't have to finish looking it up. So yeah, UConn and Michigan, obviously they had their championship game. Michigan came out on top. They are the NCAA basketball champions. And yeah, so we got a lot of cool stuff again that we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna try a new segment today as well. You guys will see a little bit later on what that is. I don't know if I want to do a basketball one or if I want to do a football one, because there isn't a lot of football today that I want to talk about. So maybe we'll do that in the very beginning, because I do want to mention a couple of other things about football. So maybe we'll do football for the new segment, and we'll go from there. So I'll give everybody another minute or so to get up on here. You know what I mean? Make sure I got my chat room everywhere. I mean, to make sure we're good on Twitter here. Let me pull up my phone, pull it up. And yeah, man, I mean, it's been some time, bro. It's been some time. Believe all of our noties are out right now. Awesome. Yeah, so let me actually tune in on the live on my phone, because y'all know my internet likes to cut out all the freaking time. So I'll give everybody another minute or so to get up on here. Alright, I'll keep my live chat right here for X. I'll put it right here, so that way I have it on the bottom. That way, if anybody's trying to talk to me from any of the chats, I should be able to see both of them. Can I make this one bigger over here though, actually? Oh, I can. What was that tab that I just closed away? Hold on. Activity feed. New followers, subs, cheers, and rate active. Okay, well, that's not going to happen. We don't got that much motion yet, guys. Alright. Who's ready for some Sportswithseb, guys? Are you ready for the intro? Are we ready, chat? I'm going to say we're ready. All right, man. Here we go. What is up, guys? It's your boy Seb, and we are back with Sportswithseb, episode 3, guys. It's been some time. If you guys have been tuning in and staying in tune with Sportswithseb, you guys know I'm going to try and get back on these podcast episodes. You know, a while back, we were doing it pretty much weekly or every other week, so we're going to try and get back into the flow of things. It's episode 3 right now. We had a little bit of a delay between episode 2 and 3 just because of some other things that were going on, but enough is enough. We are back. I needed to get another episode. There's too much stuff going on right now not to talk about, so we're going to go ahead and jump right in it. So first things first, as I mentioned in the beginning, there is going to be a lot of basketball talk today. Today, I think, is very basketball-oriented. There's just been a lot of basketball stuff going on right now. Obviously, we're in the middle of basketball season for the NBA, and March Madness ending, a couple weeks ago. So we're still in with a lot of the basketball stuff, so today's going to be a lot of basketball. But I am going to touch a little bit on some football because, obviously, for college, there's a lot of spring stuff going on right now. And, obviously, since I do live in Miami and I'm a FIU alumni, and that's the team I've been covering for the last couple years, we did have the opportunity to go to the FIU spring game that happened April 11th. So I'm going to show you guys some of that stuff, some of the videos, some of the pictures and stuff before we get into everything basketball related. Okay, so let's go to Seb in the corner. Bam! All right, so we got 7 in the corner. As you guys can see, we're here. Spring game, 3 p.m. Is it going to make my picture load all garbage? No, it actually looks pretty good. Okay. All right, cool. So you guys can see we were there. We were there early before anything really started to get going. And then we have a couple of practice clips that we have here. Is it going to play or is it going to be too shaky? As you guys can see, just a couple clips going around the, getting the guys going in, all that good stuff. We got a couple of plays. This is going to be J.J. Cole. This is reportedly going to be our starter for next year pretty much. I mean, we did get him out of, I think he played at Appalachian State, if I'm not wrong, the season before this. Yeah, there we go. I hope I said that right, but we're going to say App State, obviously, J.J. Cole. He's going to be our starter for FIU moving forward, at least until, anything else is announced. But our 6'7" quarterback was able to get a couple reps in the spring game. He did look good, but I will say that I did like DJ Alexander, man. He played a hell of a game in that spring football game. Granted, it is spring football. You can only take away so much because you have guys out there that, obviously, like your quarterback, you don't want to get hurt. So, like, not everybody's going full force, at least on the quarterback, as far as sacking him and stuff goes. So, a lot of stuff that we could take away from this game, though. A lot of our running back room is pretty solid. Anthony Carey, Sterling Joseph, Devontae Leon's. Like, we got a lot of good players in our running back room this season. And that was, I think, one of the biggest, well, not one of the biggest, but I would say one of the main topics going into next season for FIU was who can replace Kajon Owens. And at the spring game, actually, we did have the opportunity to talk to head coach Willie Simmons. And we did talk to him a little bit about his running back room because, obviously, like I said, it's pretty stacked. And we also got to talk with J.J. Cole after. Make sure you guys check that out on YouTube at Sportswithseb. You got the full presser with J.J. Cole, and then you have the full presser with head coach Willie Simmons. But back to what I was saying about the running back room. Yeah, so we did ask him about the running back room as far as, who is he going to see as a starter, I guess, for next season. Obviously with KO graduating last season. He had a phenomenal season last season, and he was actually the football MVP for the Rory Awards that happened not too long ago. But yeah, so that was one of the topics, like who's going to replace him. And I think head coach Willie Simmons came out and said he was more on the fact that it's not about replacing KO with another player. It's about replacing the production with the rest of the running back room. So he didn't commit to anybody being a main starter. He did mention that he is going to go a little bit more running back by committee. Heading into the season, obviously, there's a lot of things that can happen throughout the season where things can change. But as of right now, it looks like he is going to go with the running back committee. And when you have Anthony Carey, you have the speed of Devontae Leon's with the freshman, and then you have Sterling Joseph, who was backing up KO last season, along with Anthony Carey. Like, you have a great room of guys there to really take FIU's running game to another level this coming season. And I think as far as that goes, that was really all of my main concerns. The defense looked really good, but again, it is a spring game. You can only take away so much. Our defense, though, I will say definitely, impressed me last at the spring game. So it was some good stuff. I'm glad I was able to make it out. It's been a while since we've gone in to watch some football and seen any type of football. So it was very refreshing to see FIU and the Panthers at the spring game. A lot of good stuff. Again, guys, make sure you guys go check out the presser videos on YouTube or on X, whatever. JJ Cole, full presser post game, and then you have Willie Simmons, FIU head coach, full presser post game. And yeah, I mean, these are a couple of photos that we took. I like to try and get some good shots of all these guys. The more exposure that these guys get, the better. We want to see FIU football go to another level, and especially for the guys who are coming in as a freshman. You want to get their name out there as much as possible. So we try to get as much coverage on these guys as possible. And yeah, I hope you guys like the content that you guys are seeing, and hopefully you guys check it out. This is when it plays DJ Alexander to Anthony Carey. I think this was right before halftime, where I think they were getting in field goal range. Navy did end up winning this game though by the end of it, but it was a good game overall. It was a great watch to see FIU again. And yeah, so I think that was all I wanted to mention about the spring game. Yeah, that's all I'm going to mention about the spring game. But I do want to do that new segment that I was talking about. So for this one, I'm sure you guys are familiar with it. Excuse me. I'm sure you guys are familiar with it. This is basically the grid where I think you have to try and, you match. Basically, I'm just going to pull it up. I don't even know how to explain. Oh, look, it has the explanation right there. So you're going to see select a player for each cell that matches the criteria for the cell's row and column. You have 9 guesses to fill out the grid. Each guess, whether correct or incorrect, counts as a guess. Right? So after 9 guesses, the game will end. You will be given a score and a rarity score. So we want to try and get the rarest possible score I think we can get. So that's pretty much how that works. Okay, now how do I... Is this just going to give me, like, what am I doing here? Am I just naming a player? Like, let me see, man. Let me see. I don't want to do, like, just that one. Is there, like, a different one that I can do? I've never opened this app before, guys, so forgive me. Previous grids. Oh, I guess people just make a random one. What's this one? Okay. Well, let's do this one, man. I mean, why not? Let's see what we got here. So, essentially, we have to line everything up with the boxes, right? So we have 9 guesses only, whether we get it right or wrong. Chat, feel free to help me if you guys have any thoughts on any of these. But yeah, so let's see. So I think this one, the easiest one I can think of is obviously Derrick Henry, but we want to try and get super rare with these. 10 rush touchdowns in a season. My only other guess is Ray Rice, guys. I don't know if we want to go Ray Rice, but let's see. Okay, 18%. Okay, not bad, not bad. A running back that's played for the or does it have to be for the Texans? A running back? Does it have to be a running back? I don't think so. Someone that's played for both the Texans and the Ravens. Maybe we'll come back to that one because honestly, I couldn't even tell you. 10 rush touchdowns for the Bills. Guys, help me out here, man. 10 rush touchdowns for the Bills. I don't want to go James Cook. I feel like that's too easy. What's the other guy? Fred something? Is it Fred Taylor? That name does sound familiar. I'm going to go Fred Taylor. Oh, no. Complete your grid no matter how many guesses. No. Okay, that was wrong, guys. Damn. Okay, chat. I need someone else to put here, man. I need someone else to put here. I don't want to have to look anything up either. Fred Jackson. No. Let's see. The Giants with 10 rush touchdowns. Damn, I don't remember. I have to go. I'm just gonna go Saquon. I feel like that's got to be the safest one, right? That's easy. Okay, 48%. Okay, not as rare as I would like, but I like to see us getting it correct rather than getting wrong. So, let's see. What are some good pools here, man? That's played. I don't even know. Like, this is very niche ball knowledge that you have to have. And I'm going into this unprepared. Like, I literally just clicked a random one. I Oh, we could also go Josh Allen for this one. You think more people are putting? You think he's had 10 rush touchdowns, chat? Oh, but like it's asking. Is it asking for like a single? Oh, it's asking for a specific season. I think. No, let's just go Josh Allen here. Okay, 12%. Not bad. All right. Let's see what we got here. Someone has played for the Seahawks and the Ravens. Wow, that's insane. I have no idea. Chad, you guys have to help me out here. We're going to do this for about another probably like... Is there a timer on this somewhere? No, there isn't a timer. Okay. Well, we're going to put our own timer. I think we've been doing this already for a couple minutes. So let's go. Right now it's 6:12. We'll go to 6:20. So we'll have about 8 more minutes left to try and fill out the rest of this board. And then we'll just move on to the next segment if we can't finish it. So we have 5 guesses. Obviously, we have 6 spots left. So 1 spot is going to be empty. I'm just trying to think, man. Who's someone that's played for a lot of these teams? I do have a name in mind, but I just don't know how accurate that would be. I heard an alert come in, but I don't know. I don't see anything here. Whatever. No, there's a DB. I can't think of his name right now. CJ Gardner-Johnson. What? He didn't play for the Bills? I could have swore he played for the Bills one time. Damn, bro. That was an L guess, chat. L guess. Who let me guess on here? Let's see. Damn, bro. This is going to be tough, man. Now we have 4 guesses. So 2 of these boxes are not going to be full. So, should we just try another one, chat? Should we try another one? No, let's finish this one and maybe we'll do another one. Let's see. Maybe we'll do another one at the end. Maybe for basketball? We could do one for basketball. I think we could do that. Basketball, I think, is a little easier to try and get. Damn, bro. Players must have played in a regular season or playoff game for that team to qualify. Tap on a logo or category for help. Oh, great. Yeah, that doesn't help me at all. Thanks. I'm trying to think, man. I know that there's a DB that's played for the Texans and the Ravens. I just don't know his name. I'm trying to think of some quarterbacks, too. Ryan Fitzpatrick. Bam. Okay. What happened, bro? Oh, there we go. All right, so we got Fitzmagic in there. All right, not bad. Not bad. Okay. Now we got Bills and the Seahawks. Someone has played on Bills and the Seahawks. Oh, Brandon Cooks would have been a good person to put here, too. I'm not going to lie. Might have slipped on that one, chat. I'm trying to think. 3 more guesses and 5 more boxes. Man, this is tough, chat. And chat, nobody in chat is helping me either. This is actually kind of ridiculous. Come on, man. I need the help. I might know some ball, but I don't know all ball knowledge. Let's see. I'm trying to think, man. There's a lot of quarterbacks, but I just don't know who's played for, like, both of them. And I know that there's a receiver that played for New York and the Texans. Chad, this is going to be difficult, man. I don't know if we were fully prepared for this. I do not know if we were fully prepared for this. What are some other, like... Damn, bro. I think I'm just going to give up on here, Chad. No, we got 5 more minutes. I can't give up yet. This is tough, bro. This is tough. I don't have nothing else to help me here. What quarterbacks have played for the Texans and the Ravens? Damn. This is a tough one, man. Whoever picked this grid, bro, is done, bro. Who dared pick this grid for me? It's like they wanted to embarrass me on here or something. Let's see. I'm a fireman manager. This is ridiculous. Seahawks and the Giants. Man. I'm just trying to think, bro. Like, that Russo guy I probably could have put here, too. The D end. Damn, bro. Is it crazy to just give up right now? Keep guessing. Complete your grid no matter... No thanks. Maybe later. Maybe later. It's not going to give me, like, someone I could put? Oh, okay. Oh, bro. Is it going to give me, like... Oh, Jadeveon Clowney, bro. How do we miss that? Earl Thomas, bro. How do we miss that, bro? Oh, my God. Damn, bro. Justin Forsett. Damn, that would have been a good one, too. I didn't know he played for Seattle, though. Hauschka. I would have never guessed that. John Jenkins, Josh Jones. Man. But I know that there was a DB. Wait, no, not for this one. There was a DB. No, a wide receiver that played for both of them. I just don't know his name. We're going to find out right now. McKinney. Oh, McKinney too. Yeah, damn. I didn't even think of that. That happened recently too. No, there's a receiver that played for both. Oh, yeah, no. I don't recognize any of those people. Devin Singletary would have been an easy one though. I can't believe I didn't get that. That's pretty accurate to right now, so I'm actually kind of upset I didn't get that. These are some other ones. Hopkins. Oh, I can't believe I didn't think of Hopkins either. That would have been an easy one. Beast mode. Damn, Diggs. Damn, Singletary. Bro, we missed out, Chow. We missed out on this one. I won't lie. We made it like right here, I think, between 2 and 3. No bueno, no bueno. No bueno. But let's go ahead and move on to some hoops, man. As you guys know, FIU basketball has a lot of changes. The last time that we spoke, FIU did... Is my thing lagging a little bit, chat? It looks like it's lagging, bro. I can see it lagging a little bit. Hold on. Let me try to edit something here so we're not super maybe we're not super laggy anymore. Is it cause it's just cause of the video, bro? That's why I was trying to play the video that's on Twitter. It's okay, we don't need the video right now. Yeah, hold on, guys. Let me just try to make sure. Well, actually, let me just find the Joey iron that we made. I did go to a baseball game, guys. I know, shocker. You know what, bro? Let's just go to their page. There we go. There you have it, man. There you have it. We have our new head coach, Mr. Joey Cantines. I hope I pronounced that right. I think I have to sneeze, guys. Hold on. All right. Bless me. All right. Thanks. All right. So, back at it. Here we go. So, FIU, as you guys know, last time that we spoke, we did let go of Jeremy Ballard. Well, not let go because his contract expired. We decided not to renew with him. And we were looking for a new a new face for FIU basketball at the head coaching position. And we landed with a Miami native, a former FIU student, Mr. Joey Cantins. Now, if you're not familiar with him, he did coach Daytona State last year. He's been coaching there for a couple of years, I think for about 5 years before he decided to come to FIU. I do have a couple stats on him. He did have a 120 to 40 win record over his 5 seasons with Daytona State. The last 4 years, he has been a Central Conference champion. That's 4 years in a row, guys. That's 4 that he won in a row. Okay, he went to FIU from 2005 to 2006. Like I said, he's Miami native. And he also coached in the summer league for the San Antonio Spurs in 2018. So I thought that was pretty cool. So new face for FIU hoops. But that does mean that a lot of familiar faces for FIU's roster have also been impacted by this move. So we've also seen a lot of transfers, obviously with the season being over and transfer season coming up, or not coming up, but we're in the midst of it right now. We have a lot of players that are looking to go and find new opportunities with other teams. We also have a couple of players, obviously, that's graduated, most notably Corey Stevenson. As you guys know, I talk about him all the time. He's the GOAT. He's FIU's GOAT. He was also FIU basketball MVP at the Rory Awards. Yes, Rory Awards. Yes, he was indeed. He had a great season for FIU. It's a shame that he's graduating the season because I would have loved to have seen him play again next year. But he is going to make his way to, hopefully getting drafted. I know he did get an invite to, I think it was, let me see if I have it here. I think I wrote it down. He got the invite to the Portsmouth Invitational. I think I pronounced that right. So it's going to be today. He goes on. Actually, he's probably playing right now at this very moment, now that I think about it. And yeah, so he's going to have the opportunity to showcase his skills in front of a lot of NBA scouts. This is probably going to help him boost his draft stock. Hopefully, we can see Corey get drafted. If not, we definitely should be seeing him in some type of summer league setting. And, hopefully he gets his opportunity. But moving on to the rest of the roster, obviously a lot of FIU moves have been made. So if you have been keeping up with Sportswithseb and my good friend with Paws Up, Mr. Ricardo, or like I like to call him Rick, we do have a transfer portal tracker live on Lemon City Live, which is, as you guys know, the people that we write for, the company that we write for. So as you guys see, FIU and UM players. Oh, that's the invitational one. That's not the one I want to look at. My bad. But we do have an FIU and a UM. Well, actually, no, we don't have a UM tracker. Excuse me. Just the FIU men's basketball tracker. So I'm gonna pull it up for you guys. It's under Ricardo's name, under Rick's name. Of course, this is a collab effort. Me and him both spent some time working on this article together to make sure we kind of touch every player that's been either coming in or going out. So here are the couple of names that we have right now. So we have Eric Dabami, who will be entering transfer portal. Ashton Williamson, Ibrahim Elijahwan. We have Larry Olinka, and we have Aiden Clinton. And I think there was one more, which is Thiago. Yes, Thiago. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I don't even want to try and butcher it. So Thiago, I'm sorry for not pronouncing your last name. But yeah, so these are a couple of guys that are obviously heading out to a new team. A lot of these guys, I would have liked to keep, especially with Dabami. I think he had a really good season for FIU. He was Conference USA All Defensive Team and Conference USA All Freshman Team. So he had a really good season for FIU in his freshman season. And I would have loved to have kept him for next season. But, it is what it is. You have a good season. You got to have, be able to explore different opportunities. And that's exactly what he's doing. So I look forward to seeing him and seeing where he goes. But that does mean that there's going to be a lot of holes to fill for this FIU roster. And it starts... Oh, actually, let me adjust it here on Twitter real quick so you guys can see a little bit better. My bad. Hopefully you guys can see that a little bit better. Let me see here. I'll wait for it to update on this end here. We're a little delayed on my phone. But yeah, so obviously this comes with a lot of holes that need to be filled. So FIU is working diligently as I trust in their new head coach, Mr. Joey, to recruit some of the nation's best players to this team, especially, with his ties to Daytona State. I'm sure he has a lot of ties, in Miami as well, being a Miami native, and he's gonna take advantage of what's the word called? It's not like a pool of players, but man, they say it in college football a lot, like not region either. Whatever, we have a good region of players, a good pool of players from Miami, basically in our own backyard that we can recruit from and hopefully get some more talent to this FIU roster. But yeah, so we have Eric Dabami, we have Ashton Williamson. Ashton Williamson was a player that I like to see play for FIU, but as the season progressed, you can kind of see that Ashton Williamson, he didn't necessarily fit the scheme that Jeremy Ballard was trying to create. He was one of the only players that was on the team last year, or not last year, but the season before that ended up being on the team again this season. But now he's also going to enter a transfer portal, obviously probably with the new head coach and stuff. Maybe his scheme that Joey's trying to put in maybe doesn't line up or whatever the case is. But Ashton Williamson is going to be on the move. He's great to have defensively. I thought he can do a lot of good things defensively. But I just think that he just didn't mesh well with the rest of the FIU players. Not the FIU players, because obviously I'm sure they have a good relationship. But I think as far as game on the floor, I felt like he was not a liability, but he felt like an outlier on there. And that's nothing to his game. The man can hoop. I promise. The man can hoop. I just think that his scheme and his play style, his skill set is probably going to be utilized, obviously, somewhere else. Now that he's entered the transfer portal. So yeah, let's see. Let's go up to the next one. Ibrahim Olajuwon. No, I don't think he's related to Hakeem Olajuwon. I think they just happen to have the same last name. Give me 1 second, guys. Oh, I think we got it. I think as I'm talking about him, I think we just got news of Eric Debami on where he might be going. So according to Kane's Insight, Miami is currently hosting FIU transfer Eric Debami for a visit, one of the most intriguing options in the portal. Wow. Way to break the news. Hold on, guys. Let me respond to him real quick. Let's see if we can pull it up on here. There you have it, man. Miami is currently hosting FIU transfer Eric Debami for a visit. So it looks like Eric is probably going to keep his talents in Florida and possibly join UM, which we're also going to get into because that is one of the holes that they needed to fill, because UM's roster, let me tell you, a couple days ago only had 2 or 3 players on it. So they're slowly building their roster. Obviously, with the season they had last year, shouldn't be too hard, but let's finish with FIU before we move into UM. So back to Ibrahim Olajuwon. Again, no relation to Hakeem Olajuwon as far as I know. He did appear in all the games for the Panthers this season. He was one of only 4 players to do so. And he did lead the team in field goal percentage throughout the entire season. So another big that is departing from FIU, looking to find a new home. He was one of the bigs I would have also liked to keep. I think he was very good off the bench for us. But to each their own. If you gotta find a new home after a stellar season, by all means, I hope you guys find the opportunity. It's a shame it can't be with FIU though, because I would have loved to see a lot of these guys come back and make another run at things, especially with our new head coach. Larry, I think, is one of also my favorite players because I love making the meme of him and Larry, and just Larry, like Larry from SpongeBob, Larry from Clash Royale, whatever, the little skeleton guy. So it was I love Larry, man. Obviously, he had a great season too. He was 4th in Conference USA in total blocks, average 10, 6, and 2.3 in steals, blocks combined, 15 double-digit performances, 6 contests with 10 rebounds. That means he had more or less 6 double-doubles probably throughout the season. Oh, there it is, 5 double-doubles throughout the season. And he's going to be looking for another school for his senior year. This will be his 4th school that he ends up with, assuming he doesn't end up returning to FIU, which, again, he's entering the transfer portal to leave FIU, but we have seen some players enter the portal and end up coming back after, whatever the case is. Aiden Clinton, this is a dual athlete player. He was on the football team for majority of the basketball season. He kind of stepped in with the team a little bit past halfway, I believe. He didn't get much playing time. He did have a couple of minutes in, I believe, FIU's home finale for the season, and apparently he's going full basketball next season. He's not even thinking about football for next season, so he will also enter the portal and look for another opportunity to play some basketball. And then the last guy on the team for FIU that did transfer out, and he also already committed to another team. He committed to Stetson. So Thiago, another guy off the bench, a great 6-man. Honestly, this kid can hoop. I've seen him get to the rim a couple times, and he's impressed me a lot. Because I'm thinking, man, this guy's super small. Like, there's no way he can, get to the rim that easy. But let me tell you, man, this guy can hoop, bro. He can get to the rim. He can push the ball up the floor. I think defensively, obviously, because his size is a little smaller than most guards, he does, tend to get picked on a lot. But the hustle is there, the work ethic is there, and he had a great season for FIU off the bench. So I'm glad he was able to find another home in Stetson, and hopefully, we wish him the best. I want to say maybe FIU can play them next season. I have no idea. I don't even know what that schedule looks like. But we'll see next season. I think that was the last one, yeah? So if you guys want to read the entire article, make sure you guys check it out. Lemon City Live, the collab article with Rick and myself. We put a lot of time into this, so make sure you guys obviously check that out when you guys can. And I think that was really it that I had for FIU. I mean, like I said, man, we want to see a lot of talent come for next season for FIU men's basketball. Obviously, this past season wasn't the greatest. It was very disappointing. A lot of games were lost that should have been won, whether it was, coaching decision or whatever the case was that led to the loss. But there was a lot of opportunity there for FIU to seize the moment, and sometimes they fell short. So hopefully this next season with a new culture, new head coach, and basically new roster, hopefully FIU can make some traction and maybe compete for Conference USA Conference Championship this coming season. So we'll keep an eye out for them and see how that goes. But as you guys saw, I put the link up earlier here. This is the UM transfer portal. We don't have an article out for UM, so I'm just going to use the On Rivals website. So we do have a lot of players that transferred out of UM. So we have Trayvon Maddox. We have True Washington. We have Noam Duvrat. Jordan Key, Salith Altunatis. I'm trying to pronounce these as best possible. Timotej Malovic. I'm sorry if I butchered these names, guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, so these are a couple of guys that ended up going into the portal. Obviously, they do have probably their 3 best players from last season entering the draft with Trey Donaldson, Malik Renew, and Ernest Uday Jr. So those 3 guys are expected to, enter the draft. Hopefully they do get drafted. They were played phenomenal last season, especially with that turnaround that UM had from the season prior to this past season. Very huge jump for head coach Jai Lucas in his first year, taking the team to the NCAA March Madness tournament, and finishing 3rd, I believe, in the ACC conference. So very huge turnaround. They only won 7 games the season prior, and they were over 25 wins this past season by the season's end. So huge turnaround for UM. They're going to be drawing a lot of talent down there in Coral Gables. So as you can see, they've already gotten a couple, which I think one of the biggest names was Somtu Creel, was one of the biggest names that I saw that UM got a commitment from in the transfer portal so far. So he did play for Georgia last season. Now he will be playing for UM. And I think there was another player, another guard that we got, a freshman. Yeah, there we go. Caden Lewis from Villanova. He entered the transfer portal as well, and he has already committed to Miami. So Miami is slowly building their roster back up right now. Let's see if we can pull up their actual roster right now. Let's see if it's updated. I don't remember it. I don't remember seeing it updated. Wow, okay. So this was for last season. So we want to see. Oh yeah, they don't even have next season's thing up. So if we go by class, can we sort it? There we go. Yeah, so a lot of these guys, some of these guys are staying. I know LeBoy is staying. I believe Dante Allen is also staying. Henderson is also staying. So they have a couple of guards and a couple of forwards already that are committed to stay. Obviously, like I mentioned, Ernest and Malik and Trey, they're all going to the draft. I believe Marcus Allen also is staying with UM. If I'm not wrong, yeah, I don't see his name on here, so Marcus Allen also staying with us. So we got a couple of guys that did end up staying with UM, and they're gonna have hopefully a great season too coming next season. Especially if they can land my boy Eric Dabami. I mean, I was actually surprised to see this come in mid podcast episode. So that was pretty cool to see. So let's go to UM. Damn, this is gonna be a long episode. We're already 40 minutes in, and I still have to talk about UM, and then I still have to talk about the Heat. And don't even get me started on the Heat right now. I'm already getting pissed. So let's kind of run through UM. Well, actually, we kind of already did run through UM. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much all the big stuff for UM. They have 7 players that transferred out. They landed the point guard at Caden Lewis, and they landed another big, with Samto Criel. I don't know if I'm saying that last name right. Again, I'm sorry if I'm butchering these last names. It doesn't tell me how to pronounce it on here. So, yeah. So make sure you guys check out, all the Sportswithseb stuff, keeping up with UM and keeping up with FIU hoops and sports in general. I always try to keep everybody updated on the news that goes on between those two universities. So the next thing I did want to talk about is the Miami Heat. So I guess let's find something about the Miami Heat that I could put on here. Okay, or not. Let's just go to their page, right? I mean, okay. Yeah, so actually we don't. Okay, so yeah, actually, yeah. So actually, yeah. Oh, okay, so it would probably help if I spelled Miami correctly, right? Probably, maybe a little bit, whatever. So as you guys know, the Miami Heat obviously were in the plan. Ooh, big shocker. Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't a big shocker. Obviously, we were in the plan. That's kind of been how it's been for the last couple seasons, where we're stuck in the plan. We don't really, have any direction as far as how our future is gonna go. I'm already getting heated. Hold on. Yeah. So this season, what are some takeaways? I think actually, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure I tweeted something about what I wanted to talk about. Can we go to my oh, okay. So can we go to my page actually? Let's see. Oh, so did I not tweet it? Oh, here it is. So these are some of the things that I wanted to mention today for Miami Heat. Jamie stock just went up. So obviously you guys all watched the play-in, because what else would you be doing? So we all saw the play-in. We saw some good things. We saw some bad things. The good thing is Jamie played phenomenal. Jamie's stock just went up beginning of the season, especially after the down season that he had last season. Coming into this season, there was a lot of expectations for him to take that next jump, and it looks like by the end of the season that he did. His stock did go up. He's developed into a nice player for Miami. Why am I mentioning that his stock goes up? Because, of course, every time Miami Heat are in the news, they always bring up Pat Riley saying he's willing to Pat Riley wants to make a trade for a big star. I've heard this many times before. Damian Lillard, Kyrie Irving, KD, Donovan Mitchell, like Giannis, like it doesn't end. It doesn't end. But if that's the case, if it's real this time, Jamie has added some nice value to his name, and we could potentially see him on trade for a bigger star. Doesn't mean it's for Giannis necessarily, but that could be an option for Miami now that his stock has went up. The second thing, they need to decide between Hero and Norman Powell. Norman Powell obviously is entering free agency this season after the season's over. So he is going to free agency this summer. He can go sign to whatever team he wants. Obviously, he's going to talk, his agent or whatever is going to talk to Pat Riley, maybe discuss a contract extension, or whatever the case is. But it was very evident throughout the season. And I said this in the beginning of the year, and I wish I had the clip handy right now so I can let you guys know. But I said in the beginning of the year, Norman Powell is not the person we think he is, guys. He's not, bro. I'm sorry. Norman Powell and Tyler Hero are literally the same exact player. It's true. It's true. Like, Norman Powell and Hero, they're the same exact player. You can't put those guys on the floor together and expect it to work. And if you guys were watching that game in the play-in, you guys noticed they didn't play together at all. Those are your two top highest paid players on the year, on your salary, and you can't play them together. What are we doing in Miami right now? Why do we have these two? I understand that we got Norman Powell from a trade. I think it was the trade with the Jazz, or we sent Kevin Love, we got Kyle Anderson. That whole deal, like, where they got whatever, like I understand we kind of took him on just to kind of relieve, I guess, the salary from another team getting it. And he was probably going to leave. We probably had no intentions of really keeping him at the time we were doing that whole trade. We were just trying to get rid of some of our other contracts or whatever the case is. But, like, I'm scared that the Heat are going to make another mistake and keep Norman Powell. I'm okay with keeping Norman Powell at the right price, obviously. But that means we have to trade Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero needs to be on the next boat out of Miami, the next flight out of Miami. Like, it needs to happen. These guys cannot play together on the same floor. One, because, like I said, they play exactly the same. Their offensive game is exactly the same. Tyler Hero is a little bit more of a ball handler, in my opinion, because he does have a little bit of that point guard in him. So he's a better playmaker than Norman Powell, which is why I would prefer to keep Hero over Powell. But Powell can play a little bit better defense, which is what Miami is basically known for defensively. You know, they're a defensive menace. So that's my only thing with Powell is that he does play a little bit better defense. But long term, it's better to just keep Hero and let Powell walk. I don't care if he walks for nothing, whatever, bro. Like, it is what it is. So that was another point. The third point, Eric Spoelstra has been playing with Bam at the 4, Kel'el Ware at the 5. Right? It's been experimented throughout the season. We'll see it change up, in the starting lineup here and there. We'll see it change up during the game or whatever the case is. Next season, it shouldn't be any of that. I don't care how you feel about Kel'el Ware, Eric Spoelstra. I don't care if you think that he needs to take on more. I don't care, bro. I don't care. What do you have to lose at this point? You had him picked in the lottery for your lottery pick, if I remember correctly. You picked him in the lottery last season, or last season, the season before, whatever. You picked him in the lottery. You drafted him high to play him next to Bam Adebayo. So play him next to Bam Adebayo. Like, just do it. I understand Bam. Obviously, he got hurt in that Charlotte game. He only played 11 minutes before the LaMelo Ball tripped him with his arm or whatever the case was, and Bam was out for the rest of that game. So I'm not necessarily talking about that game, but like, because I mean they did start together anyways. But moving forward, like, it needs to be permanent. Bam at the 4, Kel'el Ware at the 5. Bam has expressed numerous times that he loves to play at the 4. I can recall way back when, maybe about probably the first year that we had Terry Rozier, when I was working at an arcade before I got the job that I have now. I was working at an arcade, and Terry Rozier so happened to be there with his family or whatever the case was, and I had the opportunity to ask him a question. I was like, yo, like, big fan. I introduced myself, let him know, Sportswithseb, whatever, and I asked him, I was like, yo, like, how do you really feel about, like, or how does Bam feel, or how do you guys feel as a team having Bam at the 4 rather than the 5? And he said more or less that, yeah, like, Bam does like to play the 4 spot a little bit better than the 5, but at the end of the day, it's a coaching decision. So he gave the, what's it called, the press answer, like, the standard answer that you give to anybody that's not, in your close circle, whatever the case is. So he did give us the professional answer, which, whatever, I do respect. Maybe not now, because he's, he basically robbed the Heat of freaking a draft pick, but nonetheless, Bam at the 4, Kel'el Ware at the 5, permanently. I don't care about Ware needing to take responsibility. Eric Spoelstra needs to take responsibility and start those two every night next to each other. Okay, that's the third thing. The fourth thing, re-sign Aaron Wiggins. I'm thinking of the other guy. Re-sign Wiggins and re-sign Donovan. Not Donovan, bro. I'm getting all of these names confused right now. Davion Mitchell for the right price. I'm okay with re-signing Mitchell. Obviously, he had a spectacular season finale versus Charlotte. I think he put up almost 30 points. I think he had 28 points in that playing game. And he could score, man. The man could hoop. The man could score. So I wouldn't mind keeping him, re-signing him for a good deal at the right price. Wiggins, obviously a 3-and-D guy, which the Heat can always use. And when you are a team that's built around playing defense, and you have Eric Spoelstra who puts together these insane defensive zones for other teams that like make it very hard for them to score. Like Andrew Wiggins is a guy with the length, with the speed, with the veteran knowledge, the skill set to be able to play in that type of system. So I wouldn't mind keeping him and Mitchell moving forward if the price is right, of course. Consider trading for a star if no free agents are available. Obviously, free agency is a couple of months away still because we have the playoffs that are about to start now. But the Heat do need to seriously consider trading for a star. I know that they always are considered trading for a star and always looking to improve their roster, but we need to actually pull the trigger. Like, I'm sick of the back and forth. Oh, well, we didn't want to throw in this, or they didn't want to throw in that. Like, who cares? This roster is done. It's stale. It's over. We had 4 years of no improvement. Just playing after playing after playing after playing. Bam Adebayo is sick of it. That's how you know it's starting to get to this team, because they haven't said anything publicly until this season where Bam has mentioned numerous times we're better than the play-in team. We shouldn't be in the play-in. We're better than that, whatever the case is. So they need to do something to shake up this roster. I don't care if it's trading for a star. It doesn't have to be Giannis. I'm not saying we have to go and trade everything for Giannis. But we do have draft capital, which is my next point. We do have our own draft capital for the next few seasons. We shouldn't be scared to use them. We have our first-round picks for the next couple of seasons. We have pick swap available options for the next couple of seasons. Like, we have draft capital to send out, and I think we need to start taking advantage of that, especially if you really want to make a change for this roster. Again, it doesn't have to be Giannis-level type player. I would have been okay with a John Morant type of player. I really do think that the Miami Heat can get John Morant back on the right track. Obviously, Pat Riley doesn't play no games, so I think John Morant on the Heat can be very good for both sides, for the Heat as a team and for John Morant as a person and a player moving forward in the NBA. Like, I really do think that would be a great fit for Miami, but that's neither here nor there. That's really up for, obviously, the front office to decide. But, I know that the Heat are always going to try and make the team better, but they need to actually start pulling the trigger. Like, these little trade-offs and these little signings, just to keep us just above being but, like, it doesn't help, bro. I'm sorry. I'm just being honest, man. As a Heat fan, like, it sucks seeing us a couple of years ago literally in the NBA Finals versus Nikola Jokic, and now we're fighting for the last 4 years to just make a playoff spot. Like, not even in the playoff, lose first round. No, like, we have to be in the play-in to play for a playoff spot and then lose in the first round. Granted, this season we didn't even make it to the first round. We lost in the freaking play-in first game. But, whatever the case is, man, like, real change needs to come from Miami if Miami wants to see real improvement next season. And it starts with the roster. I'm not saying we need to get rid of Pat Riley. Obviously, Pat Riley is the godfather. Maybe it's time for Pat Riley to take a little bit of a step back and let some other people, have a little bit more say in as far as the personnel goes. But, I don't work in the NBA. I don't know what really goes on behind the scenes. I don't know how much pull a lot of these guys really have in that front office, but that's just my opinion looking from the outside in. Okay? And let me see. Do I have anything else that I wanted to mention? Yeah, I think that was really all the things that I really wanted to mention as far as the Heat goes. Like, it just really sucks seeing the Heat be so stagnant when I know that team draws a lot of interest just because it's in Miami. It's a winning culture. We have one of the best coaches in NBA history. We have one of the best owners in NBA history. Like it's a hot spot. Like, I don't understand why we're not as competitive as we should be. With that being said, I believe that's really all the stuff that I want to talk about today as far as hoops goes. If you guys aren't tuning in, I'm pretty sure probably the game's over for Corey at the Portsmouth Invitational, so I'll look into that after we're over. But now that we have some time, maybe we can do, because we still have 5 minutes, so maybe we can do a quick immaculate grid, but for NBA. Let me close all of these so my thing doesn't run super freaking. It doesn't run super slow. I don't want to do this one though. Can I see other ones? Okay, so I see it's like daily that they kind of just put a random one in here. So I guess let's try it. Let's just try a random one. Let's just try this one. Okay, so these are just players. So we're just gonna finish. We'll wrap this episode up when we finish this. So let's see. A player that's played for the Bucks and the Pistons. Is it crazy to put Shane Larkin? How crazy of a pull is that if that works? Fudge! It didn't work, guys. It didn't work. I don't even think he played for any of those teams. That was just the first name that came up. I don't even know. Let's see. I could have been completely wrong. He might not have played for any of them. Oh, he didn't. I don't know why that name came up. Actually, wait. I could have put him here, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to cheat anymore. I'm not even going to do anything. Let's see. Obviously here we're going to put Anthony Davis. Well, does it count technically? Has he played? Will it give it to me? Oh, it's not. Even though technically that is correct. That is correct technically. Can we refresh this so I can get my guesses back? Let's just start from scratch. No. Okay. All right. Let's just hop into a different one. Here we go. Hall of Fame. Let's see. Let's go Bob Cousy. Boom. 8%. Okay, that's not bad. OKC Hall of Fame. Is this counting the Supersonics? Would Carmelo Anthony be crazy? Is he officially in that Hall of Famer? Oh, he is. Okay, let's see if we can put Carmelo in here. No, here. Okay. Not bad. I don't think I can use the same person twice, so here, I think we have to go. Ooh, is Jalen Johnson someone that would average 20? Is he averaging 20? I feel like I'm gonna get that wrong. Oh, let's go. Okay, not bad. The Warriors, 20 points per game in a season. Obviously, Steph is an easy one. Clay probably hits that mark at some point. Monte Ellis averaging 20 was he averaging 20 with the Warriors? So I'm trying to do this without looking it up. So, oh, I completely forgot about my Twitter live. There we go. Not that anybody's been commenting, but whatever. All right, let's see. Let's move off of that one. What the hell just happened? What just happened? Whatever. Let's see here. What else? I guess here we could probably put Al Horford. Right? 27%. Okay, I'm not happy about that one. It's a little too high for me, but alright. Trying to think, bro. I know that there's a white guy that's played for both of these. I want to say it's not Bogut because he played for the Bucks and the Warriors. Nick Collison, I know, was strictly OKC. Man, obviously KD is probably the easiest one to put there. I feel like that's such a cheap way, though. That's such a cheap person to put there. I don't even want to put that. Hall of Famer to average 20. Is Dwayne Wade? Would Dwayne Wade be crazy to put there? Oh, 1%. Okay. Like that. Players must have played in regular season. Okay, whatever. Okay, so we got 4 more guesses. Oh, 4 more guesses, 4 more spots. 20 points per game for the Warriors, though. I'm trying not to use Curry. Or maybe not Will either. I don't want to use Will. I'm sure a lot of people have used Will. I really want to go Monte Ellis, but I really don't want to get it wrong. Andre Robertson, is that someone that might have played for the Warriors too? Damn, I'm trying to think, bro. Who's played for the Warriors and OKC? That's a tough one, chat. That is a tough one, bro. Whatever. Maybe let's move on. Let's see. Hawks and the Celtics. Oh, Al Horford could have been for that one too, but I don't want to use him. Let's go Joe Johnson. Did he play for the Celtics? Ooh, sniped. Sniped. I like that. Okay, we're moving. I like that. Okay, so 20 points per game for the Warriors. I think I'm just going to put Monte Ellis, bro. Even though I really do think I'm going to get that wrong, bro. I'm not going to lie. Do they have to have average 20 points per game with that team? One paired with the team, 20 points must be achieved with that team in a single season. One paired with the school must be... Okay. So it does have to be with that team. KD's obviously another easy one to put. Is Jason Richardson averaging 20 when he was with them? Okay, chat. We are cooking right now. We are cooking. Okay. And let's see what we got here, bro. The Hawks and the Thunder and Warriors and the Thunder. 2 more spots left. Man, this is a tough one. Bro. I know Monte Ellis didn't play for OKC, so I gotta get that. I don't know why he keeps coming up in my head, so can't use him. I'm trying to think. Did Oladipo play for the Hawks? Why do I feel like he did? No, I don't think he did. Chat, you guys gotta help me out here, man. We got 2 more spots to give here. OKC, but does it count? I feel like I'm gonna have to put KD. I'm gonna put KD here if we really can't think of anything else. OKC and the Hawks. Josh Smith, maybe? No, there was another big, bro. What was the other big? Al Jefferson? He played for OKC? No, he played for Charlotte. Man, this is tough, bro. I feel like I want to go Josh Smith, though. Let's try it, bro. I think we're going to be wrong, but... Oh, no. Our first one that we got wrong, chat. Oh, I knew it, bro. Okay. Well, then, let's just put KD here. I feel like we have to put KD there. I really can't think of anybody else that could have played for both, so. Let's go KD. Rarity scored 259. Oh, no. We did terrible. We did between 3 and 4. Well, that's better than the football one that we did. Damn, how rare are people going on this? Dennis Schroeder. Ooh, that's a good one. Let's see, bro, because I really couldn't think of anybody that played for both of these guys. Let's see. I know that there's a big that I'm thinking of, and when I see his name, I'm going to be super pissed. Gallinari. I was not thinking of Gallinari, but Al Horford, obviously, we couldn't use. Yeah, there really wasn't a lot of players, man. Mike Muscala. Ooh, that's another big that we probably could have put. Oh, Cephalosha. Damn. That is someone that I would have guessed, bro. Oh, I didn't even think that far back, bro. That's the thing. Ilyasova. I wouldn't have guessed Ilyasova either. Okay, there wasn't too many crazy names. Like, there wasn't a name that I should have said, other than maybe Cephalosha and Schroeder. Other than that, like, I would have never guessed it. Al Horford, obviously, we knew because we couldn't use him for the other one. So, and then I think the other one that we really got stumped on was this one, and we just put Kevin Durant just because. Chris Paul would have been good. Derek Fisher, okay. Al Horford again. Ty Jerome, Avery Johnson, that's another guy. Oh, Sean Livingston, I didn't even think of him. Anthony Morrow, Chris Paul, Dennis Schroeder again, Joe Smith, Ish Smith, Lindy Waters, Darius Saric. Okay, so there's a couple of players on here that I probably should have kept in mind, but not too bad. I don't think we did too bad. I do see Hall of Fame accuracy. What is this? Accuracy? Whatever. Most popular percent of correct answers have players see their basketball reference page. Yeah, I don't know why people put Jordan as that's super easy. Come on, gotta be a little more niche than that, guys. Oh, but it said 2 of these were empty, but why didn't it let me put Kevin Durant? It didn't even let me put because I ran out of guesses. Whatever. All right, chat. Well, there you have it, man. Let's go full cam right now. Oh, what the hell? Oh, what the hell? All right, there we go. That's a bit better. Let's see. Hold on, guys. I don't know what the hell happened here. Oh, okay. Yeah, so actually, let's bring this down a little bit right there. Guys, I'm trying to film my outro, but this is not working out right now. Oh, we're just zooming in more and more on me. I don't want that. Okay, but we also don't need to be that small either. What is happening? Chat. I don't know what's happening right now. Who let me have access to this, bro? Let's just keep it like that, man. Let's keep this simple. Let's zoom out of this a little bit here. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Whatever. We'll have the 2 black sides on the bottom here. Whatever. Okay, guys. So, yeah, that's gonna wrap up today's episode, guys. I appreciate everybody that stopped by. Nobody helped me on the Immaculate Grid, and I don't appreciate it. But let me know if you guys like that new segment. I think that was pretty cool. I think that'll definitely help a lot of our ball knowledge, too, especially moving forward. But yeah, man. It was great. It was great being back with you guys. We talked a lot of hoops. If you guys have any questions and whatnot, you guys know where to find me at Sportswithseb on all platforms. And yeah, we're going to catch you guys in the next one. Today is the 16th. I definitely want to do another one before the month's end. It'll probably be... I'm going to shoot for next week, probably on the 22nd, which is a Wednesday. I know today we did it on a Thursday. It was a little weird yesterday. I was going to do it yesterday, but then something came up, so I had to push it to today. But yeah, so we finally decided to make it out today. But that's going to wrap up today's episode. We'll probably be back next week. I'm going to try to keep it again on Wednesday. And yeah, you guys let me know if you guys like the new segment or not. I think that was pretty cool. I liked it. And yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Oh, hey, Jen. I'm just wrapping up, though. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, so we'll catch you guys in the next one. See you later.